What's up? Don Taylor checking in again with you. Today is Thursday, January 12th, I think it is. Today is day 9, post-surgery, day 9 at home. And I've got some real positive things to report. Let's start with a couple metrics. First of all, my weight this morning was 236.5. And so I think that's about around 15 and a half, 16 pounds since we started, after surgery last Tuesday. My energy level is good. It continues to grow and get better. That is awesome. I'm able to sleep well. So pain management, we have good control over pain management. I remember earlier this week we uncovered that I had a blood clot, which we were very worried about. And that happened on Tuesday at my 1 week appointment with the doctor's office. Well, at that point, I had to cut off ibuprofen. And oh, daddy, I didn't realize how much the ibuprofen was doing. So it took a little bit to adjust. That's dialed in now. My body's healing, needing less of the pain medication, and hopefully I can continue to wean that down. And I look forward to just weaning off of that stuff. You may also recall that I'm on a liquid diet right now. So as a result of the blood clot, I had to get rid of the ibuprofen. I can't eat any solid foods really at all. It's pretty much all liquid. Everything's super soft and water. And so we're in a good spot there. I did book an appointment with those guys for tomorrow morning, so I'll do a post after that. Hopefully all is well. I want them to check it out. Tomorrow's day 10. So, of course my blood clot happened on day 7, which is the beginning of the window, days 7 through 10. And so I want them to check it out on day 10, and hopefully that looks good. I trust it will. And then that'll set me up for the weekend. And then next Tuesday is day 14. So day 14 is important because that's when they say at that point you're pretty much out of risk of bleeding, and you can basically eat what you can tolerate. So, your body's going to dictate at that point what you can handle in terms of temperature and spice level and things like that. So all of that is going great. As you can see, I'm doing my video with Puff today. Puff is about a 4-foot brown bear that lives in my daughter's room. And she loves this guy. She thinks everything is better with Puff. So giving him a little bit of love during the video today. So what else to report? Couple food things. So yesterday, and just as a reminder, as you go through this, your body, as you heal, your throat, it's going to do different things every day. It's going to, specifically what I mean is it's going to be able to tolerate certain foods one day, and do not be surprised that it cannot tolerate either cold temperature, hotter, or even warm temperature out of the blue. For example, because of the change in my diet for a few days here, I was basically down to Jello and a couple other minor things. Well, yesterday when I went to eat dinner, I couldn't tolerate the Jello. I went to eat the Jello and it stung my throat like crazy. Turned it into fire. And that has not happened yet, thank God. But it did happen yesterday and it was devastating. So sitting there at the table and we came up with a solution. Used the old Top Ramen soup packet, that came in the plastic package like we used to eat in college. And I made some of the noodles, but I decided not to use the spice packet. And I ran into that problem, if you recall, with the split pea soup earlier. So I had the split pea soup. Everything was fine with that for about 3-4 days, and then all of a sudden it wasn't fine. And I look on the can and it's got some sort of spice. Well, that spice became an issue, and my throat was no longer able to tolerate that. That is why I got rid of the packet with the Top Ramen. We just put in regular chicken bouillon, and dude, it was awesome. I was able to eat a lot of that. It was smooth, it's easy, it's got salt in it, obviously the broth, which is hydration. It was warm, soft noodles, everything was fantastic. So we made some of that with the chicken and the beef. I highly recommend that. It's a safe food you can turn to when your throat starts to turn on you and tell you, nope, you're not eating that today, you're not eating this today. But man, it was awesome. It was a lifesaver. I had a bunch of that today, and we're in a good spot. So today I decided, well, let's see how my throat's doing. So I started off with the Jello, and I was able to tolerate the Jello this morning. Just part of the healing process that occurred last night and through all the sleep that I got. it's hard to say, but the moral of the story is don't be surprised when you wake up one day and you're not able to eat or tolerate things that you were able to tolerate the past few days. So that's it for now. I'll leave you guys another update tomorrow after I get back from the ENT doctor appointment. Thanks again for your prayers. Hope all is well with you, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.